So my modem's out for at least a week, and all the rants I filmed on my Chromebook I have to refilm. So fun. Yay, late. And probably none of you even care about Dark Pheonix anymore. But let's get another one of them off the list anyway. Today we'll do the Battle of the Sexes 1. And yeah, you know that scene in Captain Marvel where the supervillain says she's not going to fight Carol Danvers because Carol taking the mantle is such a huge step forward for women? I'm pretty sure none of the writers even knew who Captain Marvel was, because this is not the first woman Captain Marvel. But we see attitudes like that. I mean, it was in the comic books, but the all-new, all-different Marvel takes the old tagline from the Chris Claremont run of the X-Men. Before it became the Uncanny X-Men, it was the all-new, all-different X-Men. So, yeah. We saw bits of that after Nightcrawler and once again Quicksilver did most of the heavy lifting in that stupid rescue. I mean, in the comics, they take an actual space shuttle into space to battle Sentinels. And Jean has to get them back by risking her life with her psychic shields through what was originally supposed to be the same cosmic rays that gave the Fantastic Four their powers. Obviously that changed, but this time it's just Storm safe on the ship, freezing the actual space shuttle because they're in a jet plane. How's that supposed to survive atmospheric reentry? I mean, they gave us some silly about how it's supposed to go into space, but anyway, at the very last minute, then Jean goes in, and then she absorbs the Phoenix that was screwing with the plane the shuttle in the first place. And when they get back to Earth, Mystique, who did pretty much nothing of note, says that because of all the muscle the women are lifting, he should stop calling it X-Men and start calling it X-Women. Okay, one. In the first issue of X-Men, when the name X-Men has already been established, it's all guys. It's in that first issue that a girl actually joins. So that was already established. Meanwhile, these are the child soldiers Charles enlisted after he got crippled. That first time by Lucifer, space alien of the arcade, and not the DC barkeep guy. And your men is the term you use for your soldiers, child soldiers or otherwise, presumably, even if there are women in their ranks. Meanwhile, there are more male than female mutants in or out of the X-Men. So that line doesn't really hold up. I mean, if you wanted to bring them in as X-Factor, the original team, after they brought Jean Grey back to life, called themselves X-Factor as their superhero personas, and the X-Cutioners as their public personas. They could call themselves X-Factor and just be a team accepting hybrids, Inhumans, whatever the Absorbing Man on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was. Although, if Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is technically non-canon, then you can introduce mutants, but you have to explain why they were not a part of the first 4 or maybe even 5 phases of Marvel. Like maybe something happened around the time of the Chitauri invasion, because we've had that 5-year time skip, and there was an infection brought around the world that altered DNA so that your next of kin would start manifesting mutations. That could work and serve as an analog for the poisons put into the tap water, air, and whatever. It would also explain why there would be so many in the US and not enough in other places to affect their status quo. Because that Chitauri portal was over in the USA. They had a border state with Canada, so some could get in there and you can introduce Alpha Flight. Why don't we have Alpha Flight? There's Wolverine rights to be had in that, you know. Wolverine loophole. Unless that's considered part of the X titles too. I mean, Captain Britain and Otherwhere. Strike. The Strike Division of S.H.I.E.L.D. The Mojoverse. The Exemplars. All of these are non-mutant things. The entire Shi'ar Empire, including the Imperial Guard, who so strongly resemble DC's Legion of Superheroes, are all of these just crammed into the X-Men sandbox? I don't know. I mean, I'd have to go over the legal paperwork, and I don't have that kind of retention. Anyway, X-Factor would be gender neutral and cover more ground than just mutants. Honestly, that could work. Besides, I think people are a little X-Men out after how hamstrung it's been over literally 20 years if we start counting in 2000. All right, signing off for now.